I'm just hoping to work on the roles that I've already been playing.
Mm-hmm.
Still playing in collegiate, and my club
Yep.
actually also opened up for rivals as well. I was initially intending to only compete in Overwatch,
Yep.
but I figured why not do both? I play support in both, so it's not too taxing for me.
Nice.
Um,
Nice. Okay. Okay. Yeah,
I've
I mean,
been
if you're
running that,
collegiate, it's
so
like stuff
yeah,
just changes, Like it just you
yeah.
never know, Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, you're good. So I compete twice a week between both games. So Tuesdays is our rival days, and then Fridays are Overwatch days through NECC.
Yep.
And then we get scrims throughout the week. So I'm playing pretty regularly. I queue on my own pretty regularly, so I feel good. I touched Masters on support, and I
Love
rejoiced.
that. Nice. Nice. Nice.
Other
Well
than that,
done.
I've been diamond on DPS for a while, like mid
Very
diamond, floating
nice.
up and down between mid diamond, low diamond. Support, it was like a steady climb up to Masters. I haven't touched
Good.
it since hitting it though.
Nice. Well, still, okay, good. That's a big step here. Okay. What are we looking
Yeah.
at today? DPS or support or what are we doing?
Um, I'm I'm honestly gonna try a bit of both. I don't, and it might be a bit
Sure.
that might be a bit ambitious, but I think we could try to squeeze both. Um,
No, because it's a repeat session, right? So, like, I mean, let's just put
yeah.
it this way: do you have questions about training schedule, mentality, any of the usual first session stuff?
Training schedule a little bit, but mentality, no. I think we covered that
Okay.
pretty well the first time around.
Sure.
My
Sure.
hero pool's slightly different just because of what I found. I don't
Yep.
know what happened, but my Genji is a bit washed. Yeah, over the past few months. It's
Yeah.
very
Well.
unfortunate, but
Yeah. I can relate with that one.
yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about scheduling.
Yeah.
Where we at?
So right now I know my days that I know for actual competition are Tuesday nights are our rivals nights. So anywhere
Yes.
between 7 to 9 p.m. we have our block that we play for that.
Yep.
And then same thing for Overwatch in the same time frame.
Yep.
Scrims is usually whenever captains can find them. They tend to be like later in the evening, so sometime during the week, usually on weekends I find, but sometime during the week too. It's just I think it makes sense that scrims for collegiate tend to be easier to find on weekends when kids don't have classes to go to. That just makes
Yep.
sense.
Yep. Makes
Um,
total sense.
so aside from those, it's more so structuring my own playtime because I still want to try to practice some things individually. And then there are also some things that I think I can work on that might help my teams practice because I definitely think that the thing I've noticed across both my teams are just communicational issues. So
Got it.
stuff
Okay.
like that.
Yep. Makes total sense. Then. Okay. So then, no clear training schedule questions, or do you want to get to those?
Um, I would say training schedule questions in the sense that when I work on my own, when do you think would be a good time to do that, given my
Ah.
usual schedule right now? I don't want to squeeze in too much because I'm already playing pretty regularly.
Yep. Yep. Biggest bang
But
for
I
your
want
buck.
I think I can fit a little more. And
Yeah.
when I do, what specific things I should work on that could help with the rest of my team because I play support for both, so I'm generally more of a backline player. That's why I've been
Yeah,
playing
so,
so
so
much
the answer is
Kiriko.
really easy. The
Um,
answer is really easy. So whenever you're playing ranked, you should exclusively focus on as if you were just a ranked player, right? So what that
yeah.
means is off angling, right? What that means is mechanics. What that means is cooldown usage. It's actually remarkably simple. You don't change how you play ranked at all.
Okay,
It's
that
more
makes
along
sense.
the more difficult question to answer is if you weren't playing ranked and you're only scrimmaging like 1 or 2 times per day, how would I do that? And then you got to be like, well, I have to treat a couple of games as if they were ranked and kind of focus on my mechanics.
Mhm.
But if you're getting a couple of ranked games a day, then just play ranked. Don't worry about it. The only thing I'd
Yeah.
suggest is just really encourage you to play your hero pool and ranked. So that you can like actually have games where you can like just improve your execution on the characters. That's it. Because if you're not
Yeah.
getting any time outside of scrim time, then it's really easy to just kind of like not make any mechanical progress. Because like when you're playing scrims, you know how it goes. It's like you're thinking about everything but clicking heads, right? Or movement
Yeah.
or cool. So it's like it's really important that you're giving yourself a couple of times where you can just work on that. So no, it doesn't. It's actually really simple. And the more important question is in terms of like stacking ranked and scrim days. What I would say is ranked and scrims on the same day is good, but
Okay.
you need to like dosage it way down. Like I would say probably like a couple of ranked games on most days.
Mhm.
And then days obviously, I mean, just follow common sense, right? Like don't grind for 3 hours of ranked prior to scrims, usually, right?
Yeah, I don't do that.
But if you
I
get 2 games
usually,
in, that's awesome.
yeah. I usually, if I play ranked at all on the same day as a scrim, I try to split it up so that I'll play ranked for maybe an hour, maybe two, and then I'll take a good break between then and scrims. I usually try to
That seems
stagger it that
wise.
way.
That seems wise, right? And then days where you have double blocks, I would recommend only a
Yeah,
tiny warm up and then not anything more than that. And
yeah.
obviously that applies to rivals as well. Okay. Anything else in that regard? Otherwise, we can cook.
No, I think we're just good to jump in.
Okay. You said support?
Yeah.
Alright,
A bit of
so
both if we can fit both.
yeah.
Specifically within support, my support pool has been Kiriko and Wu Yang almost exclusively.
Yep. Yep.
And
Makes
that's
sense.
due to how our team's trying to play with scrims and that we're trying to work in the Wu Yang. We haven't quite gotten the playstyle of the composition down yet.
Yep.
And as far as how our like actual teammates go within our players, I find that on those two heroes that we're trying to play, we're trying to run the Kiriko and Wu Yang backline, but as far as like those heroes, I am the best on both of them. So it's a bit of a bump right now where our other two support players don't have the same hero pool that I do, so we have to kind of help them learn the Kiriko while I'm playing the Wu Yang, so it's a bit bumpy right now.
Yep, makes total sense. That's just collegiate in a nutshell, right?
Yeah.
You're always playing around your limitations.
Yeah.
It's a little bit like with some of those cooking shows. It's like you're gonna cook you're gonna make a pie with a pan fryer and sour cream. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Right.
oh gosh, it's like it's just how
Open
kinda
the
how it goes.
basket, you get these ingredients.
Right. Basically, that's how it goes, right? It's even funnier when I work with like high schools because there's like literally like bronze players and like masters players in the same team. So
Yeah.
okay, let's jump in here.
Yeah. And
Assume
then
replay
whenever we
code
do
review?
get the damage. Yeah, I can get some for you. And then if we do get the damage, it's been Tracer and Venture for that. I want to stick to those two.
Tracer,
We do that.
Venture, Kiri, Wu Yang, mostly Wu Yang as
Yeah.
of recently. Okay, yeah, let's do it.
I will definitely say more recently it's been more Kiriko, just by how things have gone.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
Yep.
grab one of our scrims that we lost. Remember this game? I'm trying to just give me a second to find it. I believe it was this one.
If any questions come about like team play stuff, and if I see anything, if you'd like, I can kind of bring that up as like a side note.
Oh, this is the right one. Cool. This
Got
is
it.
a Li Zhang one. So let me see.
Challenging map with Kiriko Wu Yang, I think.
Do you want me to just say the code or do you want me to pop it in?
Doesn't matter to me. You can just say it. It's fine.
All right. AWX
Mhm.
9GW.
Got it. Okay. Support first, you said?
So, yeah, I was on Kiriko for this one.
I see.
So, a bit of context for this one. I believe for this session when we played this, I believe that I had some little like there was a bit of an emergency situation just because my brother had some plans and I had to leave for a little bit to go take care of something. So my
Sure.
team started their scrim block while I was away. I got back in time to play, I believe, this last game with them, and this team was pretty solid. If I remember correctly, their tracer gave us a lot of problems. I recognize his name immediately.
Yeah,
that
that's
player
again
in
another
particular
collegiate
gave us a
problem.
lot of. Excuse me, no, this was not the session I came in later. I came in early for this one. But that tracer, I remember. I saw it as soon as I read that name. I got this Batman above my, like, staring out my window.
It's just
knows where I am.
collegiate thing, you know what I'm saying? It's like where there's always going to be like that one masters or grandmaster player that just jumps in and just like it's just how it is. Okay,
I believe in this case, what I remember was that it's weird trying to find scrims with the averages because you know how like people
very
tend
well
to find scrims based on the averages, and you can have a team that's average is brought down by like one player, and
or
this
they're
was
basing
this
it off
team.
of their season 8 peak.
Yeah. So this team, that Reaper was a bit lower ranked than the average for the other players,
Sure.
and their Tracer was a bit higher.
Sure.
The standouts that we felt were the tank and the Tracer player, but I was calling a lot about this Tracer, and she was giving us a lot of problems.
Okay. Any questions about generally how to play this composition, or is that kind of we good to go?
The only questions I have are not necessarily to my role. I understand how the Kiriko is supposed to play in this composition. It's more so my questions would be how our Lucio should play, and then how I should adjust for that. So that's like where it
So you
overlaps
just
with
need a
me.
longer sightline, right? Like basically you and your Lucio will just
This is
perform a
close,
split, right? So like biggest thing here is that like you would prefer, you're going to bias an angle towards your hazard whenever you can, just because you are running lower heals. But the most important thing is longer sideline, right? Because if your hazard is able to if you're able to get enough pressure from range, then it's the same thing as ranked. You're going to mitigate the amount of damage that this guy's taking, right? So like immediately, if we're going to teleport a point, you're probably going to have your Lucio playing, Ring Around the Rosie around here, and you're just going to peek here and shoot and heal. That's pretty much all there is to it. Where you are right now is fine. Like we're like, you notice that, look at your hazards HP, right? It's like barely budged, right? Why? Because your angle's been really nice. Now, the important thing is responsibilities about who's marking Tracer. For you here, because Tracer's on your side and you don't know it, that's kind of my biggest problem, right? And so this is the rule of support, right? You just cannot ever be surprised, ever. No exceptions.
Yeah.
So, is this your responsibility to deal with Tracer? Well, you were here, so yes, right? So in this particular situation, if you wanted to communicate this with your Lucy and pivot your roles, that's fine, but you just can't be surprised here. Because the reason that this feels so bad now is because you didn't know that she was coming. And in addition to that, your first priority here is not to heal your tank. It's to shoot the tracer.
Yeah.
So this is where this is the scrim effect. I call this the scrim effect, right? Where it's toxic team play, right? You die here or you lose if you die, right? So when you're here, you need to Suzy yourself and then you need to shoot the tracer in the face.
Yeah.
You do not help your hazard. Why? Because your hazard, you've already helped your hazard by forcing the enemy team to back off of your initial angle. If you turn around, if you force this now, you're thinking, oh, well, I can just avoid the tracer. That's fine. This is fine because you've avoided the tracer. But my concern, right? Well, yes and no. My point being is that like, what if you couldn't get away from his? You get what I'm saying?
I die for that 100%. Yeah.
Right.
Or so I'm forced to take a duel. Or I'm already losing
this is fine if you can disengage the tracer and not play with her. But if you cannot, then you must. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And see, my concern even here is this, right? Like, really, what's your problem? What's your threat right now?
With where I'm standing right now, pretty much nothing.
If anything, it's hazard, right?
Got my entire team to look at.
But see, that's kind of my point. Being, if anything, it should be hazard or Lucio here, right?
Yeah.
And yet you're obsessing with the tracer again. Why? Because you're scared. Whose responsibility is tracer right now? Not yours. Why? Because you wall climbed over.
Okay.
This is fine for you to move around. It's fine for you to avoid the tracer here. It's even fine if you want to wall climb back over and avoid the hazard. But you're completely blind because you're trying to multitask. Try to simplify your multitasking. It's fine to change what you're doing, but change based off of necessity, not because you feel like that you should need. You feel like you need to, only because you actually need to, right?
Okay. And then I'm assuming then when it gets to communicating that with my team, that is going to be practicing and kind of like drilling to set that.
Sure, but I don't look at any of this. I don't look at any of this. That I don't think a single thing has happened on a screen that needs to be communicated outside of the tracer on the angle.
Okay.
That's it, because nothing else needs to be communicated. Like you don't need to say that you're repositioning. You don't need to see who you're shooting or who you're healing. You don't need that. You just need to pressure. The only thing that needs to be communicated is the tracers on the angle, so that if you choose not to deal with it, at least your team knows that there is a threat there.
Actually, I think this was an NECC game. That I'm looking at these names. My memory is shot over the past week.
That's fine. That's fine. But you understand what I'm saying, right? Like, if the information is communicated, then whoever is in this vicinity, they will understand it as their responsibility on paper, right? And that's just kind of
it's like you delegate just by where the positions are.
That's basically it, right?
The hero,
right? Okay, right. Like right now, we don't need to communicate that Reaper's trying to cross necessarily. We just say that, or like we don't say I got Reaper, I've got Lucio, I've got Hazard guys. No, you just ping them and say, hey, they're here, and it just goes without saying that it's these guys' responsibility. And when we say Tracer on the angle, we don't go I got Tracer guys, I got Tracer, I got Tracer. You can, I guess, now because it's between fights if you'd like, but if you were to say I got Tracer, that would imply you positioning to deal with the Tracer. You understand what I'm saying? So if NPC here decides to go I got Tracer, that implies that I'm going to move here or I'm going to move here. You see what I'm saying? So that then you can decide, do I want to help him or do I want to play over here? Whereas if you say Tracer's over here, well, actually you've just communicated that it's your responsibility. You see? So
I believe I call her and then rotate.
This is fine. Like you're at a position here to where you can absolutely deal with this, right? Like this is.
And then they all rotate.
But see, this is the problem. You see it, right? What's the problem here? You've started here, they've rotated here, but who's in your lane right now? Who's more deep on your lane right now?
They got all the way around in that time.
Now you don't know this guy is here, so that's cheating, right? Like we had no idea that this guy was there, but you absolutely you heard her and you saw her, and you're choosing to not look at her. That's your problem, right? And you're like, oh, why is that my responsibility? Well, easy answer, right? It's your side. You even heard the blink, right? That's your responsibility. So the problem here is that she's here. The problem is that she wasn't marked earlier in her staging. So then now your Symmetra, instead of being able to deal with a Reaper Tracer quickly and then focus on Hazard, now your Hazard's not going to get enough support. Why? Because you didn't deal with the Tracer early, and look at how that you've lost space as a result.
Yeah.
All right? So you got a real problem. You phrased that.
Yeah.
You see it?
I think I
Inevitable,
TP to try to save her, and then this is already lost.
Right, inevitable, right? It's one of those things that like you can't really bail yourself out of that situation because you made it was too bad to begin with. And to be clear to you, it wasn't just your fault. You had multiple people on this side, and nobody looked at Reaper, nobody looked at Tracer. Everyone's looking at Hazard across the map, and that's why you lost. Yeah. So for your responsibility, but it's good. It's really funny because when that is multiplied, when multiple people have on the same angle and nobody even looks at that angle, you're gonna lose.
Yeah.
You're going to lose. Like, that was a bronze moment, right? Everyone's grouped up. Nobody even looks at the side. And then you just lose the off angle. Like this here,
we called Reaper here earlier.
Yeah, of course, right? And, like, whose responsibility? I don't know. Who can get there, right? You, Hazard, why not? Yeah. You know? So now he's out. And he's destroyed. Now he's out. Next angle.
Under my protection.
Yeah. Yeah, we communicated this ahead of time.
Yeah. This is fine. But then as quickly as you possibly can, take space, right? So like from here, you should immediately migrate to a different angle so that you can
and
get
then our Hazard, we calm the TP and then go into the ult. My Suzu is late there.
Well, your Suzu's also late because you're not taking space. Do you see this?
Yeah, I should have been moving to that angle.
You're thinking about shooting here, but I understand. It's like you see a kill, it's fine. But she's got Suzu, she's got teleport. Like, you just need to get to here as fast as you can so you can open up your sight line. Again, control. It's just like ranked, right? Like, you're not necessarily hard flanking like ranked because you're not playing versus snipers, but you are playing to a point where you need sight lines, you need vision, you need angle. And so we need to already be moving here so that there it is. We're not trying to, it's so much easier to hit that Suzu when you migrate to the side.
Yeah.
So much easier.
Yeah. I think in general, what I had noticed a lot was just I think just because of how cluttered things got, and also I think our comms were a bit shoddy a little bit. It meant that I was too focused on too many other things, and I got lazy with the angles that I was taking.
Well,
so
that's the problem, right?
That's
the problem. Yeah, when you're communicating in team play, like a lot of your autopilot habits are going to kick out. So that's why you have to make sure that those things happen naturally. And also, on a side note, it's probably a good reminder that while communication is important, you don't need to communicate. It's more important for you to do your job a lot of the time.
Yes.
I find most teams, this is a hot take, but most teams over-communicate. Yeah. If you've ever watched like really excellent S tier communication, which most teams in OWCS don't even have this level, but the best teams are much more short and there's much more silence because you don't need to say something 7 times. Yeah. And a lot of information is just fluff. Like right now, the only thing that matters is that you guys have a fight plan and that you scout your angles. That's the only thing that matters. We don't need to call cooldowns. We just need to use their stuff. So like right now, what's your problem here?
So here that I think they're already rotating over and I don't know where Tracer is. And then
now and you're not controlling space, right? You're not controlling space. You're not.
So she has.
This is good, right? Because then you're like, oh, well, then I can't deal with Tracer. Correct, but she can't deal with you, right? So you're fine. Like we're cooking here. Or we can go here, in which case you're not surprised by the threat. You have vision on the threat.
And she doesn't get to get her set up properly.
Correct. So you could either choose either lane here. Both are pretty passive. Both are totally fine with Kitsune Rush, but we're not controlling either. We're just super far back. Now, spacing is important, right? So we don't want to be here. I see a lot of Kirikos just face tank this. Like, obviously that's bad, right? But like we're not controlling a lane here. I just have to. I have to. That is,
I didn't even notice that's what happened.
I didn't even notice that's what happened. That is next level right there.
Yeah.
See, this is where
I rotate out here, and this is.
Yeah, it's fine. But again, it's like sometimes it feels a little bit like running away from your problems because you're not getting like right now. Like I would go as far to say that like not let Lucio die, but like you can't keep him and her up. And so if you're going to commit here, then you need to freaking kill this jackass, or at least force some blinks and recall. She's gone. You know, like it's not your fault. It's not her fault necessarily. It's just where they put a lot of resources, right? Somebody has to be punished for your lack of space early on, right? So it's like, if you make a mistake, your teammates make a mistake early on, somebody's going to die. So don't lose the fight because you're trying to bail out 2 boats with 1 bucket. You get what I'm saying? Deal with one threat. Shoot the Reaper, keep the Sim alive. Shoot the Tracer, keep the Lucio alive. You know?
Yeah.
You're trying to do 2 things poorly, right? You're trying to do 2 things poorly at the same time, right? Instead of just doing 1 thing well. I'm also surprised that you guys didn't use Kitsune earlier. I'm like surprised that wasn't part of the fight plan. It's like the most easy ultimate in the world to use in a neutral, you know? More of a minor feedback, just like I'm sure there's a good reason for it, but like Kitsune is just, it should be the first ult they use in basically every ult trade, just because it's so consistent, right? Like, I actually don't hate the beat there. It was a good try, but it's just a good reminder.
I was screaming. I mean,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You guys are dead. Like, who cares? Like,
yeah,
you
were.
have nothing for it.
I wanted that kill at that point because like that wraithing, and it's like the rank mentality I see where it's like if I'm in gold and I see a Reaper doing that, I'm like, oh, that's the easiest.
Well, but you have to look at it from his perspective of where it's like he just blew an ultimate in a situation where they didn't need it, right? Like
they didn't need it.
Right, they didn't need it. So
in hindsight, that was a bad ult because they were going to clean us up regardless, or at least force us back to our spawn.
This is your job. I'm seeing a lot of rotating away from threats rather than holding them. And while you can look at this and be like, okay, so this is the way to look at it. Okay, so I'm going to take your brain through a little bit of a trip here, okay? So stay with me.
Gotcha.
You are Kiriko. You're not scared of people on angles unless those people are in your face at point blank range.
Yeah.
Right? General rule, right? So like when Reaper comes out here, this is not really a good angle from this guy. This kind of showcasing his rank, right? Because if he was really going to commit here, where should he be?
He should be either on he should probably be way closer than this. He should be up on the corner
at least
of the wall,
here,
or on the high ground.
At least here, right?
Yeah.
Like at least, right? But maybe here or something. But then that would actually be a situation where you would still probably want to shoot him, but it would be scary. So he's screwed up because he's too far away from you. He loses this duel most of the time, right? Now, by loses this duel, he's not going to die, but he can't really push you without getting his Wraith forced or your Suzu force. Your immediate response, as soon as you see this, is to rotate away from him and give him the angle for free, as if he's done something spectacular to earn your disengage. You see what I'm saying? So what does that mean? Okay. You walk into Hazard ult in a situation when nobody but you needed it.
Yeah.
Your Genji's fine, right? He's got deflect. And so now we're going to lose this fight. And then crucially, because you gave this guy the angle for free, he's actually in a position where he could do real damage. And he does.
Yeah.
So a lot of this, and so let's get to the root cause here. If this is ranked, you never move away from this Reaper. Never.
Yeah.
But because it's a team play, your first priority is like, I need to keep myself alive so that I can heal my team. No.
Yeah.
Your job is to control space with a priority on healing your team as necessary, but you cannot heal your team if you're being shot in the face. You need to deal with this angle first, because obviously in hindsight, you didn't need to heal your team. Nobody needs healing right now. You need to shoot him. But this keeps happening. You notice this? This keeps happening, right? Where it's like, oh, you're worried about your team, you're worried about your team, you're worried about your team, and then you die or they die anyway, because you're giving these angles for free. I need you to be more confident with holding space. I'm not going to say go in with a ranked mentality, because that means usually hard flanks. But if you're taking angles, you fight for that angle. You fight for that space.
Yeah.
Stop immediately teleporting away from space. Especially if you're like, oh, I can win this, right? Like right now.
That feels better.
Don't teleport. Why? Come on. Right? You see this, right? She's won. And you knew it, right? So there's no reason to teleport. I'm good. Sure. It's good. Toss Suzu? And then I go as far to at least check here, right? Like, because I'm going to use that Kitsune, you know? It's like,
yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. That earned your teleport, right? Didn't feel like you gave the angle for free. You needed to back away. You were half HP. It's totally fine. See, this is a great example, right? Your Hazard might die here. Do you care? No.
Yeah, because the Reaper's the problem.
This has to die. This has to die. Because you can't keep your Hazard up without dying here, right? So you must defend yourself. So he dies. Turns out Hazard miraculously lives. And then now you can keep your Hazard up.
Yeah.
It's not that you fixate on the Reaper. Like, Reaper leaves, Tracer leaves, you don't chase, right?
Yeah.
But as long as they're on your space, they're your priority. Because remember, every resource that's on you is not on your team, right? Again, we're going back to why angles matter, right? It's like, you got to remember, bronze players, hey, if that Reaper's on you, you don't need to heal your team, because that's one resource that's not shooting your tank. Just remember, just because it scrims doesn't mean that rule doesn't apply.
Yeah.
Sure.
That Tracer's creeping up again. I should have been there.
Well, no, because you chose to choose this angle instead. So who's the responsibility now? Your tank. Your front line. Who's the responsibility to deal with Tracer right now? Your Genji.
It should be our Genji.
It should be your Genji.
But it should be Genji.
It should be Genji. Right now, my main problem is that you guys have a 4-1 split. I don't like a 4-1 split, usually. Maybe if there's like a Kitsune rush or something along those lines, you guys are looking to kite out an ultimate, it's fine. But if anything, this should be probably Lucio controlling the space. Or if pre-fight you wanted to flop with Genji,
I think I want to say now that I think about it. I do remember there was one fight where I was talking with my Freya because I wanted her to bola their Lucio when he went to speed in. I
Sure.
think that might have been this fight, and that might have been why I was holding it with her. I think
Sure.
otherwise, though, why would it not have been better for me to hold the opposite side of this because of the fact that with my team here, it'd be easier for them to check a tracer because I
Sure.
think, like,
Sure.
I mean, it's probably a hindsight problem. But
It's a
looking at
hindsight
this
problem.
now,
So let me stop you right really quick because I'm going to save the
yeah,
because I'm going to answer the question really quick because you didn't know that your team was going to lean this side.
yeah,
They could have
that's
just
fair,
as easily gone here, in which case you being here would have been crucial.
yeah. Mhm.
So the only communication you guys have in pre-fight is what else are we using? What's our split?
Yeah.
And you don't even need to go, I'm going to mark tracer. I'm not going to mark tracer. Just choose left, right. 2 left, 3 right. Like you do this in Colosseo, you do this in Esperanza, you do this in any situation. You get what I'm saying? That's it. So like right now, I actually don't mind you committing to what's on your screen right now. The problem is, once again, I think you're over spacing yourself a little bit. I don't think that this is better for you because there's nothing that's in your face right now that's scary enough. I think you're fine right here. Pop your shots, do your thing, shoot the Reaper, shoot the Kiri, heal your tank. You know, deal with the Tracer eventually because obviously she's able to get here because you guys didn't mark her at all. But she's not your responsibility until now, right? And now she's a responsibility. You get what I'm saying? So she had to earn your responsibility. So that's fine. This fight, you guys just failed your setup pretty badly, and then you guys go into a consuming rush with a Freya ult. I mean, you guys are cooked. So it's like, I don't know. Like, I think spacing there could have been better from you, but it wasn't too shabby. Any questions so far?
I guess just I'm wondering how map dependent this would be because I
It's not
think
map dependent at all. Not map
fair
dependent at all.
enough.
Yep. Kiriko wooing, it's the same thing too.
Yeah. What I'm noticing now, thinking about this, is that like every time we've had either in scrims when we're trying to work on specific things, or just in our team play in any CC games, Tracer is always the biggest problem for our team, and this has happened like 3 times by now. Like I want to say 2 or 3 times, and this guy was one of the like real big problems for us. And I think this is why.
Yeah, it's what's funny is I wonder. I'm just a guess. I might be totally wrong here. I wonder if your Kiriko Wooyoung actually looks better because I wonder if with Kiriko Wooyoung you trust yourself to look away from your tank more often.
We tend honestly, and this I think this comes down to like, our captain is our tank, very good friend of mine, and then our Reaper usually between the two of them they tend to kind of like. They almost pass back like the IGL role and like being the loudest on the team. Like it, like they're playing ping pong with it in some cases. And I think it's because of the fact that when it comes to target calling, our Reaper usually tends to be the loudest, and he's usually on characters like Reaper, characters like Genji, that kind of thing. We tend to crush the Lucio a lot, and I've brought this up multiple times because of the fact that they've mentioned multiple times wanting to transition to the Kiriko Wooyoung, and I have the most time on Wooyoung, so I've been wanting to put more practice in with him. I unfortunately probably don't have a code for him, so I guess if we wanted to do that, we'd have to squeeze in like a live game.
Yeah.
But I've wanted to try to move away from the Lucio in our scrims to practice the Kiriko Wooyoung because it gives our other supports time to practice Kiriko. But we tend to struggle more with that comp, I find. They very much feel like we need the Lucio when we're running this.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I think one of the things to keep in mind is that you said about your Reaper guys a target caller, right? But like, who really should be following target priority on Reaper calls, right? Whoever's next to the Reaper, right? I mean, that's dependent. It may more often be things like Hazard, probably will be more likely Lucio just based off of the ranges that they play, right? But like, how many times have you been in a good position to follow your team's target call, right? Not very often. And so what you've done is as almost like an apology letter is like, all right, well, I'm at least heal you guys while you guys are focused on the target. The problem is then you're allowing your team. This always happened. This is like the West is macro. Like I've been coaching this game for so long. This reminds me of like scrimmages and goats meta back in 2018, where it's like, guys, we were calling Ryan. How are we losing? While the D.Va, the Zarya is on high ground, off angling, killing your back line. It's like, well, we're not focusing the D.Va. Okay, everyone. And then we do the exact same thing because everybody focuses the D.Va, and we wonder why the Ryan is running us over. It's the same thing. It's like all of Overwatch is simultaneously multitasking. That's how it goes. Like you cannot have your Kiriko always beelined on the front line if you're getting off angled. You got to deal with that first, right? So it's like target priority matters more when there are multiple things that we could shoot and those that can focus on one target. That's good, right? But in a lot of these situations we're looking at, it's like you're just not in a position to deal with a target, and you need to be focusing on the space that you can see, right? So like right now, it's like first priority obviously is like, okay, do I want left or right lane? Okay, I'm gonna go from here. But like here we go again, right? You're gonna have a tracer in your backline. This must take your attention. All of your attention, maybe not, right? But if you get surprised by this, you're like, oh, you know, I should have been healing my team. No, you shouldn't. Because let me give you a secret, right? Look at your hazards HP. Look at your team's HP before the fight even starts. You see this?
Yeah.
It's cooked. You're cooked.
Yeah.
Your team's
they
like they threw it. They went too early. They didn't get the Freya angle. The Reaper gets Wraith Force pre-fight. And so nothing you can do here matters, right? Like you guys just set up horrifically. It was timed poorly, poor mechanics, poor cover usage. It was a disaster. So you dealing with Tracer here wasn't the problem, and it wouldn't have changed anything if you'd looked away. In fact, you probably would have died even faster. You see what I'm saying?
I think I just waited here to teleport out just so we get out at this point.
No, it was just fine. It was fine.
Yeah, we stabilize about here. I remember this.
Okay.
I remember my Reaper holds the stairs, and then we walk.
You see? Just shooting. Just angling, right?
Yep.
Tracer comes in, might not be your responsibility with where you are. Now it's definitely
This is probably a bit early hindsight.
Now it's definitely
as soon as she's shooting me, I should turn.
Yeah. So what happens, and the reason why this is so important is because what happens if you shoot Tracer right now and then teleport out? She has to use resources to avoid getting killed. If she uses resources when you teleport out, she cannot pursue very safely.
Yeah.
So if you teleport now without looking, which I feel like we've kind of seen this part for the course for you, okay, so she pivots, then she's able to use blinks to pursue. That's the key thing. Like, if we could only find a way to stop our Freya from dying, well, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, good. More, please. Okay.
More of that.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, and I don't even think my kunai mechanics are half bad.
No, they're not.
Ironically, I think they were pretty damn good in our pugs.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you've chosen your lane, right? So who's your responsibility? Not him. Probably not him,
Tracer when I
depends on
see
the
her.
rotation, but it's here, right? It's absolutely here,
When I
right?
see
So
her, yeah.
This just kind of accidentally worked out like that, but that's fine. We don't.
Yeah,
Just
and I'm probably going to rotate away from her as soon as I see her.
Ooh, look at you.
No, I hold it. Okay, good.
Yeah,
I
here we
do
go
it
again, right? You just let her walk in for free. So your Freya's fricked, right? Like she's screwed, right? So it's like, this is not your responsibility. You must shoot this Tracer. And then if anything here, you should probably go for backline here. Because that's kind of where you are. And you're like, oh no, I gotta go help my... No. You're right here. This guy just walked into the open in front of you. I would just Kitsune Russian point if I were here. So you can see you're very fixated on, I have to go help. I guarantee you don't play rank like this.
I don't, no.
Again, I want to highlight the micro thing. It is crazy to me how you guys don't plan on Kitsune openers. I don't know how expansive your fight planning is, but like it is criminal that you guys only have an opening ult planned. Like if I'm here pre-fight, like I'm talking like here. I'm saying, guys, let's rotate point. I'm gonna Kitsune. Just play slow. I'm gonna Kitsune, right? Like that's your responsibility, right? Your ult, your responsibility. It's the most consistent support ult in the game in terms of value. Just use it.
Yeah.
It's not the best. It's just the most consistent.
Yeah.
This Lucifer's having a bad time.
He is. He's not used to playing it. I was
talking about the enemy Lucifer, but yeah, that holds true as well.
Oh,
yeah. See, this is fine. It's just too late. Like it's just too late. So like if we use this,
I shouldn't have burned that there. I jump off the map right afterwards, anyways.
Okay. Do we deal with our responsibilities? We try. Yeah. You hesitated for 1 second. Let me ask you a question. Does your tank need you? No. If he does, his problem. Your priority here is keeping your Freya alive. Number one priority is shooting this Reaper. Because every resource that's devoted right here is safety here. So the second that you hesitate here, right here, don't.
She
Stay
dies.
with it. Yeah. She dies, right? Could you have saved her? Yeah, absolutely. Suzu, 100%, right? And I mean, because look, there's recall, Reaper's half. He was getting pocketed by Kiriko. This is valuable work here. Like even if your Freya dies, it just takes her like a little bit longer. That's valuable too, right? Because you guys are in a great spot to win this. But the problem is that once again we just didn't. we didn't trust the value that we were getting from where we were, right? Now that's a weird fight, right? Like I got a Frey getting spawn game. How many times does that happen in scrims? Not often, right? So, but if it happens, it happens. Do your job. Get value from where you're at.
Yeah.
Let's watch one more, and then I think we'll have time here. We can just kind of speed run because it's gonna be more of the same, I think.
Yeah.
Same thing. Keep your attention here. Too much panic, right? Relax. You're fine. Don't migrate here. Deal with the tracer. Every resource I put on you, you're fine. Yeah. Just panic. Your Lucio gets one shot, but that's not your responsibility. And then immediately we lose the angle, right? So immediately. Okay. Let's look at some DPS. Any questions with the Kiriko?
No, I think that's like that biggest problem is definitely what I should be working on.
Okay. Yeah. Just big thing.
Let me see. I believe I have some replays. They might be ranked games rather than team play games, but I should have some.
That's no problem. I mean, you're playing DPS and rank more, so it works for me.
Yeah. I think a lot of my recent games were support because I was trying to see if I could hit the masters, so might have to dig for one.
That's fine. Good time.
That was one I just showed. No, that was not. We won this one. What was this one? This one might, I don't remember this game. This might be a bad one because of the fact that I recognize I'm stacked with two of my teammates and one of them is a bit of a higher ranked player than me. He plays on the team above me.
That's
and
fine.
He was on Doomfist and I already can imagine how that's going to go with him on Doomfist. I know that guy.
That's fine.
Let's see. I think we might have to go with that one.
Works for me.
Or maybe this one. This one's actually perfect. I was on the Venture here. On a map that is not a good Venture map. This is perfect. This is a Dorado game.
Yeah, let's do it.
So we did win this, but I remember this being a pretty rough one for me in Dorado, so we'll see if it goes poorly.
Works for me.
Where's the code? I was creating a code, sorry. There we go.
No worries.
8DQ
Yep.
AXZ.
AXZ.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was playing with a couple of my teammates as well for this one. We were just stacked. So my Winston was a teammate. My Ana, I believe, was a teammate. Yes, and then my Junkrat was a teammate, so we were 4.
Okay, let's do it. I assume you have a pretty good idea of the basics of Venture, right? So you can probably just jump right in.
Yeah, I've got a pretty rough idea, and I've seen some of the other coaching videos. I actually think I watched one of yours with a diamond player that actually helped my icon walled a lot.
Nice. Okay.
My setups for that, so
It's a lot of Genji.
Dorado is just a weird one.
Yeah, it's a lot of Genji stuff. Basically, just short range off angles, cycling your pressure, and so on. The difference between Venture and Genji is that I think Venture's range identity is actually slightly longer than Genji's. So, like,
Yes.
for example, you can hold space here as Genji, and like you probably should. It's really effective. But I look at this range here, and with Venture, it's even more lethal, right? Just because you're just going to be doing a little bit more consistent damage from this verticality here, and then you can always just disengage. Like you can like this
exactly that right there.
It's the primary fire theory, right? It's just like you can and should commit with cooldowns when you see opportunities to turn pressure into kills, but it's actually insanely easy because the difference between Venture and Genji is like Venture can do pressure there, but Venture to go for combos generally has much more risk into CC. Genji has way more tools to dealing with CC than you do. But you don't need to go into CC, right? Like you can actually just play with this on a sleep dart for 6 years, right? And the only mistake here is that you were surprised that they were there. So you got kind of a surprise. But then hey, we disengage, we get out, we take space again. This is just you getting sloppy, right? You got a little lazy, right? This is the second cycle.
I should have drill dashed to my building.
You should have drill dashed across, exactly. Because by the time you get here, we pop, 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 pop. We get our drill dash again. As long as you have your burrow, sorry. As long as you have your burrow, you're fine. Just don't get lazy, right? And so this is you're in the situation. You're like, do I chase that angle? And meanwhile, you're just getting shot from 7 different directions, and then you fail it.
That dash
so like, just take. You gotta push yourself. Go back on the angle. Go back. Go back. Go back. Go back. Rotate or go back. Rotate or go back. It's always depending on the fight. If you lose one, back up, hold the space. If you gain one, deep in the angle, right? So like this is great, but you're a whopping 14 seconds late on this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So. And even here, right? So like they back off to here, so like this angle doesn't work anymore. Where's the next step?
I should have gone to building.
Yeah, exactly. Drop, drill dash back up top. Instead, you're going back to deal with a monkey, but then you're opening that angle back up to them taking space instead of discouraging them. Like, you earned, like, let's put it this way. You should deepen here. You've earned the right to go deeper because you won this trade. So you drill dash here and say, I dare you guys to walk forward. I dare you, right? And the nice thing about it is when you hold space like this, you actually have enough range to poke tanks, right? Or to actually poke these things. Like, it's not like a distraction. It's actual lethality from those positions as well. So yeah. And the same thing here. Like, we got to go back on that angle. We got to stop screwing around. You're kind of fricked. And you know it. Yep. Retake space. Where should you be?
Right, probably behind. Either go inside or take right behind the
just
wall
walk.
stance.
Just walk.
Walk in here, and then if I need to deepen, I can go to the stance.
Poke prod, because you feel it. Like, it just feels, you feel stifled, right? There's nowhere to go. The Winston's getting cleave value for you for free. This is fine. This is retakeable. Yeah. Yep. It's fine. It's the safe play. I say that, you do that. I mean, to be honest, you just got out mechanicked, and the crucial thing is that this right here. So you get shot drill dash, you shoot drill dash back, but the difference is that they hit more shots than you did. So that's, I mean, this is the only number that matters, right? Like, and I think you know this. So my problem here is this, right? I think you lost this duel. I think you lost. No, I think you should have burrowed. I think you should have burrowed and left.
Yes, excuse me. I shouldn't have popped up here.
Right. So you lost the duel. So, like, let's put it this way. I don't hate this. This is a high risk, high reward play. So you're trying to catch them unaware. To be honest, this is fine. Probably the better play here is just a full disengage, though. As in, not back to your team, but back this way and make them overextend to win the duel.
Yeah.
So you lost mechanically. At least you held space, though. At least you held space. Because you died to a 1v1, you didn't die as part of a casualty of somebody else.
Yeah.
Sure. Deepen. Yeah. Sure.
I got a bit lost in this one, I think.
Yeah, you just need to pick a target and finish them off. This is where a target focus on ironically matters because nobody has CDs, so everybody's killable. Probably unnecessary, but I won't ever
I also
really
botched the mechanics, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's fine. Well, you just didn't know where anybody was. You're still flustered, you can tell, right? So it's like you don't even know what you're aiming for. Like, you've used to, and you're like, oh, Wu Young, and then you're just like, I don't know what to do anymore, right? You just
and even
like,
there, I probably should have drill dashed again to chase him.
You could have gone in. It's fine. All right, retake space. Go.
Why did I walk back here?
Because you're worried about cart, but take space. I'm begging you. Like, if we're fighting here, you have to do something. Yeah, so it's like you did.
I'm looking at this now. Like, I don't even know what I'm doing.
Yeah, you did. You were worried about the C9, and then you just got deer in headlights. You didn't know what to do. And the reality, the answer is just do anything, right? Just do literally anything. Yeah. Mark the C9, hold space forward. Sure. Nice. Very nice. Good. Yeah, this is fine. I mean, you guys are just down a few, but yeah, this is, or you're not down a few. Your team just, I don't know what your team is doing. Your teammates suck. Report them. Go next. No, but that was fine. That was good. Okay.
That was Pugs with you getting rage baited by Kata for 10 minutes.
It's just every game. It's never my fault. Take space. Micro. You fumbled this one. You got the right idea, but you fumbled this one.
I should have dashed sooner, I think.
Never hesitate with drill dash, right?
Yeah.
You either don't or you do. There is no half measure, right? So here, if you drill dash immediately, we're cooking. Because you're good here. You wait.
And that means I don't get my dash.
You go straight up in the air, right? Like, or you even go back towards your team, right? You're fine, right? Alternatively, you hesitate, but you full commit to being a coward, and you just sit there, and you move patiently, and you never use it. This is just a little bit of column A and a little bit of column B. Now, to give you credit, you do full charge at 0.2 seconds, so that you almost have your drill dash again. But yeah, just more of a micro thing.
Yeah.
Don't worry about pursuit. Don't really have the CDs for it. And now, it's all about the rotations. Where should you go?
I should be deepening to the stairs to shoot their back lane. Yeah. I should have been here a few seconds ago.
And this is where if they give you the staging for free, You can poke if you'd like to, but this
I think
is
I
where
dropped
the
on the Ana here.
Yeah, this is where you're more than welcome to kind of use the risk-reward analysis to say, I have somebody unaware, I'm going to go for the combo. I'm going for the T.
Unfortunately, I botched it, but
You botched it because you rushed it, right? Whenever it's free, the slower you go. Because there's no downside to taking an extra half a second because your
and she
timing
probably dies
window
thanks to my Winston, but I should have got the kill on my own.
Yeah, the timing window is wide open, so you only have to go fast when the window is tiny. There's no they're not even looking at you right now, so it's fine. Now that being said, still a good pressure, right? Still forcing Nana Reaper to turn around. Young's peeling back. Ana has to disengage. You get a little bit of chip damage, DPS passive, and all that jazz. And very little risk for you, right? Because you staged it well, and we can kind of sit around looking spooky. And then that's when we execute. So great rotation there. Took you a little long, but we're pleased to see it. Nitpick, don't pick this perk. Because
I learned that very recently, that it's worse than the other one now.
It is just free shields, right? So just free shields. So you probably see the guide on it. And you might not always find use of the range perk, but it is free value if you want to use it, and it's free shields as well. So
yeah, I tend to just find it's just solid to get a little bit of poke at extra ranges, because I think like the angle I was on at the beginning of the game, like if it's like hypothetic, if I have that perk
like even now,
right?
Or
now,
You mean look at the number of characters that you can poke out from this range, and then enter those trades with an extra 30 shields is crazy, right? So
yeah,
sure. I mean, close range, you have a disengage tool if you need to. You can sit and burrow for a long time, or you can pop out right now if you want to get the kill.
I believe I popped out with this, yeah.
I would have waited half of a second longer, because we still want that drill dash right away, because don't forget he's damage reduction, right? So this is just a misread. Because you see the problem here, right? Like this guy's scary.
He could have killed me here.
Yeah, exactly. It's a really good matchup for you if you play it well. There's not a lot that he can do, but if you fumble it, you die instantly. So, good engage, not a great finish, I guess. Retake space, got to be now. Enter burrow if you want to, just go. Get off the floor. Sure. You pursue if you want. It's fine.
I shouldn't have dropped.
I mean, yeah, kind of, sort of. They're dead either way. So, surprised you didn't pursue there. Guess you didn't need to. Just too good. Retake space. Retake space. Where should you be?
Back on the high ground.
Back on high ground. Right. First cycle down, just go right back up. Yes.
At this point, I was getting ready for shock.
Yep.
My ults are a bit poor with Venture, I would say, even still now. I still struggle with it, so I think I do botch this ult. But
everybody's ults are poor, so for you, we'll have to be more specific. Let's see. Staging is good. In those situations, if she's isolated, don't hesitate to just drill dash just immediately. Because remember, it's the same rule of using your drill dash timing with burrow. You are either a brave or you're a coward. There's no in between. Coward has what here?
You run away.
Disengage, right? Or at least play the corner, right? You don't peek this, right? Why? Because sleep dart nade. All right. What does a brave person do? Dash.
I just immediately shoot dash.
Now you didn't have dash here, so you should be a coward. You can also burrow here as well. Like really, it doesn't have to just be dash, but you can't. There's no half measures with characters with CC. There's no half measures. It's all or nothing.
And I could have chased her, honestly, more for more pressure. Too.
I mean, I think you are. You are. This is fine. And then they back up, and then you pan.
That was a bad dash.
You needed to dash though.
I mean, mechanically, like I didn't want to. I wanted to dash and not lose my high ground.
You're right. So I think
I went just barely too far.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's fine. I mean, it's a little unfortunate. I'm surprised you just left your burrow, but whatever. Retake space. Retake space. Go. Side. It's just not a great ult. More so, it's not that the ult was bad mechanically, though. It's just more along the lines of that you're consistently really bad at retaking space and retaking angle. Your setup is fine. Your mechanics are fine. There's a couple of details with the micro, obviously, but it's a pretty complicated character on a floor-wise, right? So it's very normal to get a couple of these things wrong. It's just that, like, as these fights evolve, you get deer in headlights and don't retake space and then put yourself in awful circumstances with both your ult and your neutral. Yeah. Just, where's my next angle? Take a second if you need to. It's okay to be slow. Because remember, you were slow here, too. Like, you went up top here. Took you a little bit. But that's okay, because you did go back. The problem is when you don't. Partial credit is still credit. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if you're too slow to retake space or to rotate, or you even make the wrong rotation, at least you did something. Freaking Wu Young's crap is so noisy, I always think it's somebody else. Yeah, it's fine. Sure. I mean, this is fine. We're holding the angle. We're not using your dash because we don't know what was gonna happen.
I shouldn't have dropped.
Oh yeah, you shouldn't have dropped at all.
Immediately punished for that, yeah.
Yeah, it's just the voices won out, right? I will say though that this is one of those moments where it's like it feels like you're thinking about like, oh, I can just finish the Bastion, but no, like even without the bomb here, this is kind of a troll, right? Like you don't need to drop here. You don't gain anything out of closing the distance on the Bastion most of the time if you're not going to hit your drill dash on him, because he's such a fat target.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, at least we did something. No, this fight was okay in terms of rotations in space. There was some mechanical mistakes, but like that was not what we've seen earlier. That was fine. Like that was mostly fine. Okay. Yeah. Any questions so far?
Not Venture, but I will say, what would change if I was on something like a Tracer here? Because Tracer is another hero that I want to start practicing more.
Sure.
Venture, I find, especially mechanically, Venture is not too hard for me, and as we see, when I do things correctly, it works.
Yeah. So two things.
Tracer is a bit weirder for me. Yeah.
So one, you're gonna be on the floor more.
Yeah.
Because once you fall, you don't get back, right? So, but the good news is you don't need to get back. There's a lot more lateral movement. The second thing with Tracer as well is that whereas a lot of Venture stuff is kind of holding an angle and pressuring from that angle, and then Tracer's the same principle, but more dynamically in how you hold the angle. So let's go back to just a random fight here. Let's just click here and see. Okay, so this is the one. This is perfect. So we didn't rotate. Now, where would you be here as Tracer? Well, I would be here. Okay, question is, can you sit here and shoot as Tracer? Answer, yes, you can. However, you don't have as much HP or as much range necessarily. And so more of your mitigation comes from starting on an angle and then being flexible with moving around that angle. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what could you do as Tracer from this position instead of just standing and shooting?
Yeah, I'd probably blink to the wall directly ahead and sit on the other side of the wall.
Drop, shoot, blink behind, blink back, recall back to height. Maybe you don't recall. Maybe you took too long. Well, that's fine. We can still move around from here. We can move around from here.
Go inside.
We can move around from here. Right. So you use your blinks more as active cover. You still want to be near cover and utilizing cover, especially the recharger blinks, but you're kind of using a staging ground and then moving around using your blinks. So Tracer is much more focused on her kit in terms of like, how can I use this to move dynamically?
Yeah.
Whereas Venture does something similar to that, but it's like baby's first Tracer, right? Where it's like you just have the one or two that are longer and cool. And so Tracer, it's like there's a lot more rotation space, movement space. So like, you're going to need to get your butt in gear, basically, not just for the aim section, but for these rotations, this movement, right? It's going to be so important that you're hustling positionally with Tracer constantly, right?
Yeah. I actually played a little quick play game with Tracer before we hopped on here, and I was actually trying to be proactive with that. I was trying to basically tell myself that if I'm not on an off angle or if I'm on a flank, I'm in the wrong spot most of it. And it was quick play, so I was just beating myself over the head with it. And it did work out.
Sure. So for example, like you're going to go up here, maybe you're going to bait drill. Like let's just pretend the cast is in here and we're going to be smart. We're going to poke, prod, poke, prod, and then we're going to rotate from here. With Tracer would do the same thing, but Tracer would go here and she'd blink behind the cast. And then she'd blink back. And then she'd duck down and the cast would drop. And then the Tracer would go, okay, I'm going to kind of wait for a blink or two and drop down, shoot, drop down here, shoot,
inside.
drop down, shoot. Or maybe then flip the map, go all the way to here and drop to here and harass. So there's just a lot. It's like the ADHD. There's just so many more micro decisions being made. Whereas like right here,
I died in this cast, I believe.
Yeah, right. So this is unfortunate, right? But this is more along the lines of like, I just would have, it was just, it's hard. Like this is not.
Yeah, I don't know why I flicked off of him. That's a weird habit that I've found.
Yeah,
I'm flicking between where my crosshair was, like my positioning was initially, and then flicking back to him, and I don't know why I was doing that.
So little life hack here. This is just more of a micro thing. When you're approaching somebody like this, where your proximity is your threat, try to approach them without using your drill dash, or approach them and then immediately don't immediately poke here. Bait them and then you let them use their CC behind a wall, and then you can burrow and then you're fine, right? So it's not, going here is not a problem, but you have to behave correctly versus Casses and Anas and so on, right? So like you could burrow, pop up, hold your drill dash, so if he pushes you, he gets his face melted, right? So like even if you're 65 HP right here, if you have drill dash, he dies.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So that's kind of like a little detail there. Alternatively, you can drill dash up there, But knowing there's that brief moment of vulnerability, don't be this immediately. And then do this, then do this. So
and then once the flashbang comes out, then burrow.
Right, so when flashbang comes out, even if it hits you, you'll dodge that extra 70 damage that allows you to more often than not burrow it. It's a tough matchup, but it's something that you can always outplay. The biggest thing with Cass is you just want it to be a war of attrition. Like anything that has a lot of heavy CC, the longer the duel goes, the better it is for you. Alternatively, the duel is over in 1 second.
Cassidy, yeah.
Right. You either need to catch him by surprise and tear his pants, you just tear him to shreds, right? Or you nice and slow, nice and patient, right? Because your cycle
he tears you to shreds.
right, or he tears you to shreds, right? So you just be nice and patient. And crucially here, you can also put yourself at an advantage in the duel by just taking a different angle here, right? Like he's dropped, so if you go here, or you go here, like let's say this was free, or if this is free, you have to obviously read, then you are immediately at an advantage where you can spam down on him.
And I think someone like a Tracer here would probably immediately blink inside under that cover.
Correct.
And then
that is correct.
shoot, and then I can go to play stairs and follow my Winston.
But the difference between Tracer and Venture is Venture can get to the same kind of end goal, but just skip steps because of the verticality. So this is good. Yeah. Just burrow here, sir. Yep. Good job.
Maybe a little greedy with the kill, but I was confident I could get it.
Risk versus
this
reward.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. I probably would have drill dashed there just to be safe. And I definitely would have played.
Hindsight,
I definitely would have been here instead as well. I do not trust that Cassie not to hinder me.
Yeah.
Retake space. Yes. Yes. Yes, this is fine. This is stressful as all get out, but you are, target number one, and you are constantly living these resources, and this means it's good for your team. And in addition to that, now we're in a situation where we can actually cheat this angle because our Winston's with us. Yeah, this is good. This is really good. You're taking a lot of responsibility and nailing it. Well done.
Yeah.
I don't like this though. Don't just hold the space and then think about your next rotate, because now we're gonna have to drill dash. General rule here is also just probably drill dash first as well. When you're safe, just go whop and then burrow. Because what will happen sometimes is you'll drill dash here, and then you'll go, oh, I don't need to burrow. I'm just going to keep shooting. And then you have your burrow. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Whereas if you drill dash, or you burrow first and then you drill dash, then it's really, you're kind of stuck in here until that next drill dash. And I would have landed on
Fountain anyway, so I would have had to cover.
Yep, good stuff. Take space, take space, take space, take space, take space, take space. Gotta go. Deer in headlights.
Yeah.
It's okay. We do get here. Cheeky. Play your life. I like what I'm seeing right now. Probably. Okay, so I have a different idea of what you should do here. Let's see if we come to the same page. What should you do here?
From here, I think I'd dash up immediately.
That is brilliant. Yes, you and I are on the same page. Yeah. This is insanely greedy from you, which is fine if you give respect, because I don't see this as a realistic kill opportunity really anymore.
No, and even if it is, he's getting actively healed.
And even if it is, you're cooked. Like, you're going to get traded here.
Yeah.
Why would I get traded here when I can just go up and just... Because, like, this is insane. Like, when you get out here, you're not even getting out. You're just going to keep doing more and more and more and more damage, right?
Yeah, because then I can go up and immediately just start shooting Wu Yang for free.
So the irony is that you get greedy, and then you end up taking a really passive angle that you honestly could have done better.
Yeah.
Lost the Bastion, that sucks. Probably should just go for
I probably...
Yeah. Good. Oh, you gotta lock down these targets. Yeah, you're getting to...
Oh, like, I didn't die for that.
You have the Dragon Blade mentality, where, like, you pop your ult, and your eyes just go blurry. Like, you don't know what you're going for anymore. Look at your screen. I want you to look at your screen and think, what am I doing? Watch this. What?
Yeah.
First off, why did you dash?
I nailed the cart. I nailed the cart, Spilo, trust me.
Yeah, but you're like...
I hit it directly.
He's still there. Like, kill him, please. It happens, and I'm only poking fun at you because I do the same. I do the same thing. Again, I know why. It's panic.
Yeah.
Relax. Treat Ventral as I'm going to choose you, and then you're going to die. One person.
Yeah.
One person. Now, the good news is you had your eyes up, so you didn't have the whole old Spilo mistake of looking at the floor, which I swear everybody does. But yeah, okay. Yeah, consistent problems of just holding space. The next rotation, the next rotation, the next rotation, the next step, right? And then feels like things get a little bit confusing and overwhelming.
We were having fun with that Mercy because she was a random.
That's funny. Your Ana should be in card, I'm not gonna lie. Or maybe even your Reaper, actually. Yeah, I was gonna say, please retake that space. Maybe it's too late right now, actually. No, you got time. You can. Yeah, I mean, there's just no feedback. Just don't fall next time. Hold space. Because now we're freaking shooting a Ram Shield. My stars. Yeah, I mean, I have no feedback. You just didn't have any space. Now we're actively trading with Ramatra. Insanity. Maybe you're just built.
And then I dropped there for no reason.
You chose your hardest battles here, you know. Yeah, this is a drop for no reason because you're getting too high and mighty. This is fine.
And
to
I
drop,
have no cooldowns.
but you have no cooldowns. Exactly. If you had one cooldown here, this is fine. Just one.
Yeah.
Because everything dies there. So
yeah.
You guys should still win this though, because they're doing the typical. I'm going to play characters that cannot possibly function on this map trap, whereas you guys are actually running a functional composition on Dorado. Yeah, nice job.
I still want to maintain the Venture too, because we have, even like with my team, we've actually discussed the possibility of using my career profile with the Venture playtime to bait a Venture ban early for our other player who is a Venture one trick. We've discussed that in detail.
I love that. I love that from you. And then you just role swap randomly from DPS to support, then turn on streamer mode, then everybody turns on streamer mode, and then it's like roulette. Like, oh no, that's crazy. That's
our
like,
intent was to we put me in on DPS if we were to do that. Have me just play Tracer, but they're going to see my career profile and be like, Venture, we're going to ban the Venture here. And then lo and behold, on our bench is a Venture one trick who's probably a better Venture than I am.
True. That's actually smart. Yeah, I mean, I guess just big thing with Venture is just retaking space. With Kiriko is more about holding space, not avoiding space in that regard. In terms of the micro with Kiriko, just freaking use the ult. Like that might be more of a fight planning macro thing, but there was like a real avoidance of using the ult. Shots, heal, priorities is fine. Once you're focused on holding your space, you'll be fine. Venture, mostly, like I said, the retaking space side of things. And then I think crucially, what I would encourage you to do is to stay calm with your cooldown cycles on your second cycle. So don't just focus on your rotations, but the second thing you should work on is making sure that you're staying in tune with your tempo. So like you were really attentive to like managing CDs and managing attention and so on, and being very cautious and careful and deliberate and strategic on your first cooldown cycle. And then your second cooldown cycle, especially if that involved an ultimate, it just full panic. Like you would, like even that last little bit there with the Bastion, right? Like you just dropping those CDs at half HP. Like what are you doing? You would never do that in your first engage, never. But you do that in your second engage. And that's not necessarily a unique problem. That's just human psychology. We don't maintain that intensity. But it's good to like, because you're a cyclical character, you do have downtime. More so than most DPS characters do. So you can kind of relax, reevaluate, reset up. And that's kind of why the rotation thing is so important, is because you do have time to rotate, right? You do have those opportunities to rotate because you do have those downtime. So okay.
I think it's the panic of I'm a character like Venture where I'm like I have to be getting value and I'm not enough. When it's weird that I played Freya and I understand the cycle on Freya pretty well.
Exactly.
Like, okay, I just don't have my cooldowns. I'm just gonna hold my angle here, wait for cooldowns.
And Venture's more cyclical than Freya in many ways, right? Like I think Venture's really the wrecking ball of tanks, where your cycle is very small, but there is a cycle, right? You do go in and out with wrecking ball and Venture. You're not all in or all out, but you are in, out, kind of frequently. And so make sure that you investing that time wisely. So, okay, any questions?
No, I think that feels good. And definitely, I have